I want somebody with 10 years or 20 years of experience. The real question is, what do you want them to know how to do? What specifically have they learned from those years of experience? I mean, if experience was the best teacher, everybody older than you, everybody older than me, should actually be both mature and more well-rounded than you and me, and we know that's actually not the case. Here's the thing. Here's the concept that I think all of us need to understand. It's not about experience, because that doesn't shape us. Experience, I believe, does not make who we are. Evaluated experience is what makes who we are. What's the difference? Well, we can go through life in circumstances. Things happen to us, things happen around us, things are always happening. And we can go through life and not actually be impacted by that in a positive way where we grow. In order for us to actually grow from that experience that happens every day, we have to stop, pause, and evaluate, number one, what did that experience teach us? Now, some people do this. The second piece to this is, and this is where the gold mine is, what did we learn and how are we going to apply that to our lives? You know, most of us, and I did this for 42 years, I just turned 50, and for the first 42 years, I really didn't pay attention to the experiences that are around me and what I could learn from those experiences. And I put a limit on really my own personal growth and those around me for 4 decades of my life. Most of us just go through life and let it happen. About 8 years ago, I started to pause and actually be intentional about learning from the experiences that I get every day. So at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day, I look at that previous time and think about what were the experiences that I went through. Specifically, what did I learn from those experiences? And again, here's the gold mine. What's the practical application? What am I going to start doing? What am I going to do different? What do I need to get done as a result of that experience? How is it going to change the way I operate, the way I create relationships, the way I communicate with people? That's where the real growth happens. So, question for you. When you have an experience, as you go throughout the day, do you just kind of let it happen? And by the end of the day, it's like, okay, it's just time to go to bed. I don't care what I learned. That's what most of us do. Or are you taking the time and being intentional about learning from every experience you go through in life? Because that's where growth happens. Now, in order to do this, there's got to be some kind of method and consistency. Number one is just taking the time. Number one, pause, take the time. What did you learn? What does that tell you? And what are the practical applications of it? Without practical applications of what you learned, you'll never do anything with what you learned, and you forget what you learned in the first place. That's number one. Number two, one of the things that I found so beneficial is to have a designated time and place to think about those experiences, right? So it's either, for me, it's either at night or the beginning of the next morning. I either do it, I used to have a recliner at home and I would do it on that recliner. Fortunately, that recliner is now gone because we're going to be moving. And then I have a place here in the office where this is my designated time and my designated place, because of the value that I now put on learning from the experiences that I have every single day. Why would I want to waste those things? Why would I not want to learn from what happens to me? Why would you not want to learn from what happens to you every day? Third, I actually write them down. Here's what happened. Here's what I learned. Here's the application of it. Be intentional. The growth that you can experience as an individual, as a leader, as a father, as a mother, as a child is incredible when you take the time to learn from those experiences. This has been hugely helpful for me, and I hope that it's going to be hugely helpful for you.